Today we will be replacing the full display assembly on the iPhone 6s. This repair will take approximately 20 to 30 minutes. You'll be handling fragile parts, so take your time and be gentle. Required tools: anti-static mat, anti-static wristband, works repair mat, pentalobe screwdriver, phillips screwdriver, plastic spudger, plastic opening tool, heat gun, magnetizer, and suction cup. Be sure to use the works repair mat to keep all screws organized. Some screws have the same size but different lengths and can be easily misidentified during reassembly. Wear safety glasses to protect your eyes from any glass shaken free during the repair. Always wear the anti-static wrist strap when repairing a device. This will prevent static charges from being discharged onto the device's logic board, which can cause irreversible damage. Place the works repair mat above your workspace on the anti-static mat. This will prevent accidentally sliding screws around during repair with the device or the anti-static wristband wire. If your display glass is cracked, keep further breakage contained and prevent bodily harm during your repair by taping the glass using packing tape. Ensure the device is powered off prior to the repair. Not powering off the device can cause board level damage or software issues. Remove the two pentalobe screws holding the display assembly in place. Place the two pentalobe screws onto their respective locations on the repair mat. Press the suction cup onto the screen just above the home button. Be sure the cup is completely on the screen to get a tight seal. While holding the iPhone in one hand, pull up on the suction cup with your thumb lightly to create an opening between the display assembly and the rear case. While lifting on the suction cup, insert the plastic opening tool between the display assembly bezel and rear case just above the headphone jack. With the blue plastic pry tool inserted, insert the flat end of the spudger and slide it along the perimeter of the screen. This will aid in separating the adhesive that holds the edges of the display in place. Remove the plastic opening tool and reinsert on the right-hand side of the home button and repeat the same key turn motion. Carefully remove the suction cup from the screen by pulling up on the release tab. During the next few steps, until you remove the front panel assembly, keep it supported under a 90-degree angle in relation to the rear case. This will prevent damage to the display assembly flex cables. At this point in the repair, it is vital to inspect the device for signs of liquid damage. If any signs of liquid damage are found, the device should not be repaired. Other signs of liquid damage include rust, corrosion, and oxidation. Remove the phillips screws, securing the battery flex cable bracket. Remove the battery flex cable bracket. Disconnect the battery flex cable. Disconnecting the battery at this point in the repair will ensure the device is powered off and prevent further issues. Remove the following 4 Phillips screws, securing the front panel assembly cable bracket: 3 1.3mm screws and 1 2.8mm screw. Make sure these screws are placed onto their respective locations on the works repair mat and not misplaced in the process. Placing these screws into the incorrect location during reassembly may cause irreparable damage to the logic board. Remove the front panel assembly cable bracket from the logic board. Remember to keep the display assembly under a 90-degree angle in relation to the frame during this process. Use the flat end of the spudger to disconnect the 3 front panel assembly cables. Disconnect the display data and home button cable, the front-facing camera and sensor cable, and the digitizer cable. Remove the front panel assembly from the rear case. Before continuing with the rest of the repair process, we will test the new full display assembly. This will ensure 3 key points. First, you will identify that the replacement part is fully functional prior to full install. Second, replacing the part will resolve the customer's issue. Some issues are board related and may not be repairable through part replacement. Third, you will be able to identify if damage was caused during the rest of the repair, as at this point the part is fully functional. Connect flex cables of the new full display assembly. Use light pressure when connecting the flex cables. Excessive force can cause damage to the connectors. Connect the battery flex cable. Gently lay down the display assembly on the frame. Power on the device to test. Before testing, we will enable the assistive touch function of the device. This is done by tapping on Settings, General, Accessibility, and finally Assistive Touch. Tapping on the Assistive Touch icon and then Home will take us to the home screen of the device. Move the Assistive Touch control around the entirety of the screen to ensure there are no dead spots in the digitizer. Open the camera app to ensure the front-facing camera functions and is free of dirt or debris. Next, open the Voice Memos app to test the proximity sensor and earpiece speaker. When covering the top of the screen while playing back a recording, the display should go dark. Open the Weather, Stocks, and Notes apps to inspect the LCD for lines or discoloration. If any issues are found with the function of the new display assembly, power off the device or disconnect the battery, disconnect the full assembly flex cables, and finally reconnect. Now power on the device. The majority of function issues are due to an improper connection between the flex cable and the logic board. If the issues persist, test a second full assembly. If both parts experience the same issue, the logic board of the device is most likely the cause and the device is not repairable. Disconnect the battery flex cable. Once the device is powered off, disconnect the new fully tested display assembly. Place the rear case and logic board to the side. Remove the 3 Phillips screws securing the home button bracket. Remove the home button bracket. Carefully disconnect the home button from the back flex cable. Damaging the home button flex cable will permanently disable the Touch ID function of the device. Apply even, low-level heat to the glass side of the screen near the home button. Ensure the heat gun is in constant motion and not being held in one spot. This will aid in releasing the adhesive holding the home button in place. Using the heat gun will reduce damage caused by using excessive force to remove the home button flex cable. Use the flat end of the plastic spudger to carefully release the flex cable portion of the home button. Press the button from the glass side with one finger to release. If the home button does not completely release, the flat end of the plastic spudger may aid in removal of the home button. Do not forget to remove the LCD shield plate plastic protector. Place the home button flex cable into the new display assembly. Connect the home button flex to the back flex cable. Place the home button bracket on the display, securing the home button. Slide the top portion of the home button bracket under the LCD shield plate. Insert the 3 Phillips screws securing the home button bracket. Only tighten until you feel resistance. Over-tightening may cause damage. Press the home button to ensure that it clicks properly. Insert the display data flex cable, the digitizer flex cable, and the front-facing camera flex cable. Ensure all flex cables are seated properly in their connectors. Do not use excessive force. Insert the front panel assembly cable bracket to the logic board. Insert the 4 Phillips screws securing the bracket. Remember to keep the display assembly under a 90-degree angle in relation to the frame during this process. Connect the battery flex cable. Reinsert the battery flex cable bracket. Use the 2 Phillips screws to secure the battery flex cable bracket. Holding the LCD at a 20-degree angle, secure the display assembly in place by sliding the clips on the top of the display into the rear housing. Run your thumbs evenly down the sides of the device to pop the screen into place. Do not use excessive force. If the frame is damaged, do not force the screen. This may cause damage to the display. Insert the 2 pentalobe screws into the frame, securing the display assembly in place. Power on the device and test all functions to ensure they are working properly before notifying the customer of repair completion. All testing must be documented on the mobile repair checklist. If you experience any issues while testing your device, some troubleshooting tips are: hold the home and power button until you see the Apple logo, performing a soft reset. Disconnect and reconnect the battery. Check the connection of the part showing issue. And finally, cross-test by using a different part. Inspect your repair mat for any remaining parts or pieces. Insert the 2 pentalobe screws securing the display assembly. Remember to place the end user screen from this repair into the packing of the new display assembly used. Mark the box labeled End User to indicate as a screen for recycle. If you have questions related to this repair, please contact Works for assistance.